Climate activists rallied outside the International Court of Justice in The Hague on Monday as a landmark hearing began over climate crisis issues that could influence litigation worldwide. The United Nations top court, commonly known as the World Court, has been asked to give what's called an advisory opinion on the legal obligations of countries to fight climate change and the consequences for states of contributing to global heating. Vanuatu is one of the small island nations that spearheaded efforts for the case.
We find ourselves on the front lines of a crisis we did not create.
Its climate change envoy, Ralph Regenvanu, was the first of more than 100 states and international organizations to offer views during the 2 weeks of proceedings.
We look to the court for recognition that the conduct which has already caused immense harm to my people and so many others is unlawful, that it must cease, and that its consequences must be repaired. In closing, I choose my words carefully when I say that this may well be the most consequential case in the history of humanity. Let us not allow future generations to look back and wonder why the cause of their doom was condoned.
The hearing began a week after developing nations condemned the climate financing deal that came out of the COP29 UN summit as woefully inadequate. World Court advisory opinions are not binding, but they are legally and politically significant. Experts say the court's eventual opinion on climate change will likely be cited in related lawsuits around the world. Saudi Arabia and Germany were among those who argued against the case on Monday. They said state obligations on climate change are already set out in existing UN treaties, such as the Paris Climate Deal. The court is also set to hear from the world's top two emitters of greenhouse gases, the United States and China, as well as the oil producer group OPEC. The case will continue until December 13th, and the court's opinion is expected to be delivered in 2025.